Greetings, it's Bakker, the Naturopath for Men here. Thanks for coming back. We're up to video 18 of the rebuild stage. There are 3 stages in the light program, and this is the last one, and we're on to video 18, so thanks for coming back. Now, some people at this stage may be thinking, what's going on? My symptoms aren't all gone. I'm not cured yet. I've been doing all of this stuff. I've been eating good food. I've been taking some supplements, and I still feel like crap. That's what some people think. And I did lose a few patients like that. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. If you're watching this now and you feel like crap, I want you to pause and have a good think about it, because this is the stage where a lot of people second guess. I want you to hang in there. We've got a few more videos to go, and we're going to do a good check-in today. We're going to check things out to see what's really going on with you. Rebuild's not dramatic. We've talked about that before. Many people have got this belief that you go to a doctor, you take a pill, and you get better again. It's almost like a healing reaction is something that comes from outside the body. We take it in and we're cured. But your body does the healing, but it can only do the healing if the conditions are met. The conditions have to be right for your body to heal. And the healing response can vary widely from person to person. Overnight breakthroughs ain't going to happen in this stage. When you build health, it shows up as stability first. All right? Let's go for a few things here. You're on track if you know that your digestive system feels more predictable, meaning you can eat foods without reactions. You can go to people's places, you can go out dining, you can go maybe on a cruise, and you're not going to feel like crap because there's stability. You've built some foundation. Your energy should be steadier throughout the day. When you make the right choices and your upper GI is working really well, the blood sugar stability really increases, which means you won't crash. You're going to feel better in the afternoon. You won't be snacking on junk food anymore because you're feeling better. Your weight's going to start coming down if you're overweight for this reason, and your energy will stabilize. Your moods will improve, and so will your cognitive function. Your thinking will be clearer. You'll also find that the symptom intensity is lowered. So some of the key symptoms you're experiencing, they should have dropped down a few pegs. You'll also find that recovery from flare-ups will be faster. So if you did have a flare, if you've got a bowel condition, for example, and you had a flare, you should find a quick recovery from that, not a protracted or delayed response like you may have had in the past. Now, in my books, that's really looking good for you. It means you're going towards gut resilience and full gut recovery. But what's the key word? It starts with a P. It's called patience. If we throw back our mind and think to the remove stage, it was pretty obvious. We got rid of a lot of crap out of your diet. We got rid of the junk food and stuff like that. The second stage was about improving digestion. That's the replace stage. Now the third stage, the rebuild stage, it's a lot quieter. And why? Because stuff's happening internally. It's happening under the surface. But these key things are happening under the surface without you even feeling or knowing about it. It's our gut's intelligence working. Microbiome diversity expanding. So because now you've eaten different types of foods in your diet, you've looked at increasing legumes and vegetables and grains and fruits, all the things you're told not to eat because they'll mess up your gut are in fact a lot of the key foods that help to build up your gut. The microbiome is slowly building in the background. Second point, immune signaling is calming. So as the small intestine starts to get better and the lining increases and the permeability starts to dissipate, meaning you're not going to have broken down food particles affecting your immune system. So we call it immune signaling. So you're not really pissing off the immune system anymore. You're calming it all down. When we repair the small intestine, the signaling improves. When we get increased diversity and better bacterial counts down below, we get a powerful immune response. Dr. Metchikanoff, person who did a lot of work on yogurt, found that when people's gut microbiome really increased, their immune profile went right up. Now, this was over 100 years ago. We knew this kind of stuff. The other thing is your stress tolerance is increasing. So your ability to handle things in your life is getting better. You're getting less reactive, which also means that your diet's going to change because people often are reactive, make the wrong kind of dietary decisions. This is what we call system level adaptation. And anything that occurs on a system level that involves our nervous system, our gut, our brain, our endocrine, our hormone system, all these things take time. They don't happen overnight. And this is why it lasts, because you're building something to last a long time. You're building a superstructure. You're building a massive foundation, which is your gut microbiome. So let's have a look and let's define what's normal at this stage. This is what I commonly see in my clinic. Some days feel great, some days not so great. Whereas previously, some days felt great and some days felt real bad. And there were a lot of in between. So that real bad and real great, it should start slowly balancing itself out over time. You'll find that symptoms will soften. They'll get nice and soft. They won't disappear entirely. They'll just back off. And then over time, that backing off will slowly fade into the background and symptoms will become a mere memory. But remember, it doesn't happen overnight with chronicity. You'll find food tolerance starts to dissipate and go away gradually over time. You may be a person who is told to avoid gluten or told to avoid certain types of fruits, or your tolerance will improve. There are many types of foods that we are told by apparently people smarter than us that we should avoid them because they're bad for us. Well, maybe you can tolerate those foods again when your gut is in good shape. I've never been a believer that gluten is toxic to our bodies. It's our body's environment that's not handling these foods properly. Your gut should start feeling a lot less fragile overall. You should feel really good with change, not really bad. What we don't want is volatility. We don't want to upset things. If things feels calmer and a bit more relaxed than they used to, and you've got this feeling inside, you just feel a bit better, then that's exactly what we're looking for. Even if you're not symptom-free, don't worry about it. We're not symptom chasers like the medical doctors. Let's talk about the I feel stuck moment. If you're not really going in the right direction, if your progress starts to feel flat, it's usually one of these three things. Food variety increased too quickly. So sometimes people start to feel better, but then they put all this food into their diet at once, all this new stuff, or they flip from one diet to another. Too much too soon. Second point, stress or sleep slipped. You may be a person who's an executive or a CEO. You could be an Olympic athlete. You could be a truck driver. You could be a train driver. I've seen all these kind of people. We're all under the pump today. Everybody's under stress. It's how you handle the stress. It's all about managing your stress. And the third key thing is your digestion may need some minor support or more support to get you through. You made the right diet changes. You're starting to understand about stress and how it affects your body. You're working on sleep, your relationships and things like that, but you're still not quite there. The solution? Simplify, no complication. Stability always comes before expansion. Now let's talk about supplements at this stage. Should you still take supplements? Well, some people do. Key supplements still to look at, if you need them, are enzymes, probiotics, and maybe some antimicrobials. Take 1 or 2 capsules of Candida cleanse a day if you still need to. Some people still need supplements, maybe for days, some for weeks, some maybe for years. Your direction should always be towards independence from supplements. Let's do a simple self-check. I want you to ask yourself these 5 questions. The first one is, does my gut feel calmer than it did 4 to 6 weeks ago? Have my digestive symptoms settled? Am I having easy bowel motions? Is my appetite under control? Am I snacking on the wrong foods? The second one, do foods feel less threatening? If you're eating a food currently now that you used to eat before, is it still reacting with you the same? Try different types of foods now. Slowly introduce them and see how you feel. Does it feel bad? Does it feel good? Remember, if it feels bad, it doesn't mean to say that you need to back off. It just means the portion size may be too much. The third one, are sweet cravings reduced? This is a key one when it comes to Candida and SIBO. Next one, do flare-ups settle faster? So if you've had some type of a symptom and it was flaring up, is it settling down really quick? If it's settling down, the healing response is kicking in. Do I trust my gut more? Because your gut is your best friend. If you can't trust your best friend, you've got a problem. If you can feel that trust is increasing, it's really working in your favor. Now think about those 5 things. If you can answer yes to 1 or more of these questions, then I'm happy for you, because then I know that you're on a winning streak. I want you to remember that rebuild is not about perfection. It's not about cures. We're not interested in just taking a pill and curing a symptom. That's not what we're here for. It's all about adaptability. It's about a gut that's going to be much more forgiving, a gut that recovers fast, and a gut that's comfortable. With healthy digestion, it should be silent digestion. A healthy gut is a gut that reacts a lot less, recovers a lot faster, and is a lot more forgiving. Most people never get there because they keep restarting instead of rebuilding. But you didn't. In the next video, in video 19, we're going to start looking at the whole system together. Remove, replace, rebuild. We're going to see how we can lock this in for you long term, so it becomes a permanent thing for you. You're a lot further along the track than you think, and I really want to encourage you to keep on going. You're doing a great thing, and I'm proud that you stayed with me so far. Look forward to catching up with you in video 19. Don't forget to like and sub. Thanks for tuning in.